good morning, good day, good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. The new refreshed Positive Rate. We are stepping up the game, folks, and so glad to have you along today. Big welcome to Johnny Mon. Haven't seen you in a while, Johnny. Belated New Year, he says. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're doing all right. Hopefully, Mr. Tippy approves of this hat today, Mrs. Tippy. That's why a big shout out to Mrs. Tippy as well. And, of course, Nighthawk, our news correspondent, joining us in the skies today. This is a blind VOR flight. We like to do these every now and then just to keep the skills fresh. So I have no moving map. I have no GPS. I only have the courses. And, of course, you can see those up here. So we'll be taking off from any runway and initially setting course 117. We're going to be tracking the VOR. 114 is at 60, I think. And Mrs. Tippy, lovely for Mrs. Tippy to join us today in her aerobatics. We'll probably be seeing some quite extravagant aerobatics today, I would think. Flying our absolute favorite airplane today, which is the Blackhawk. The Blackhawk. Black Square Turbine Duke. And it's a great old plane. We love flying this thing. And of course, I presume that Nighthawk will be in the Chancellor today, so, which is really cool. Also a very good airplane. Hubby's still in bed. Oh, go kick him. Go give him a kick for us, eh? No, don't do that. I'll sick of that. I don't want him to hate me. So yeah, we got some Indian theme music. We're gonna play that for a little bit, and if we get fed up with it, then we'll change it to something else. But I got some great news. I discovered, and probably very late. I'm sure this is a worst kept secret in content creation on the planet, but I've now subscribed to Upbeat. It is far less expensive than Epidemic Sound, and as far as I can tell, it's just as damn good. So the music quality is going to go up quite dramatically, and I think that was exemplified by our new intro music, which we've been searching for ages, because our original intro music was Epidemic Sound. Obviously, I had to cancel that. It was just getting too expensive. The price kept going up as well. And we just couldn't find something to fit, and then Upbeat, 10 minutes of searching. I finally found one that the team was happy with, and it works perfectly. And the Notelicks, who did the original composition for the intro video, really loved it as well, so that's cool. And there he is! Hello, Notelicks, how are you? Good morning. Welcome to this VOR flight on Saturday. We got external power hooked up here. Let me know if the music is too loud. It's quite loud in my head. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just right for you. That's fine. Anyway, so I will go through the route today just to let you know what this looks like. But like I said, I don't have any moving map. I could potentially track this on little nav map, but I'm not going to do that. I've turned the airplane tracker off. So essentially, this is what it looks like. Though we're taking off from Mumbai, which is Victor Alpha Bravo Bravo. Course 117. We'll be tracking our initial to Pune, and then heading a course 170, tracking 115.3 to Kolapur. Which is there, and then tracking a course of 200 to Goa, very well-known resort for diving, actually. Good day to you as well. Look, so glad to have you along, Dan. I really missed you. And then finally, we'll be tracking Mangalore VOR, which is pretty much bang on Mangalore. Course of 157. Which is a frequency of 11420. So it's just VORs today. They're all high VORs as well, so typically they have a range of 80 to 90 miles, but the scenery in this journey is absolutely, it's great. There's lots of mountains, and they do play havoc with the VOR signals. And you're going to see that today. It's really well demonstrated in Microsoft Flight Simulator on how VOR can get impacted by ground terrain. So it's going to be really, really fun. Hopefully you'll like it. And with that being said, let's get going. So gonna minimize things. So we got some great news today. Lots of interesting things being announced, and we'll do that up probably about 20-30 minutes into the stream today. Anyway, let's get everything packed away. So we are going to close that nose door and the sorry, bring up the sim noises. And close the cabin door there. That's good. I've taken about 322 kilos aside, which, if you're going by gallons or pounds, that is approximately 709 pounds of fuel per tank, or 105 gallons each, to a grand total of 210. And then, what am I going to do next? Just a quick check on everything. That's all looking fine, so we can put that EFB away. Right. No need for push or anything like that. We can pretty much head out. I think we need a METAR read though today. So if anybody has a METAR, let's see if I can find it quickly. I don't know if that's actually in the tablet. Is there? No. No, I don't expect there is. What's the METAR for Mumbai today? METAR 290 at 08. So let's get some charts up here on off screen. Okay, sorry, we said 290. So I think runway 27. So as we face a runway right in front of us, we're going to be heading to the right and heading to the foot of 27. That should be totally cool. Oop. 8-knot wind, so it's not too nasty. But anyway, let's get this big bad boy started. Turn the battery power on. Disconnect external power as well, actually. And that can come off. Put that away, and we will, let's see, we'll put ignition goes to on, wing pump is on. Let's start with engine number 1. And we just got to get everything set up, props to full, fuel control to off. Master caution, that's fine. And we'll start engine 1. Let's go. Waiting for that to stabilize. Do 1. Oh, don't you just love it? Starter can come off. Ignition can come off, and generator on. Put it on pitot heat as well. Oil door closed. Oh, we'll get those oil doors open. And our initial separators should be on as well. Alright, good start on engine 1. Let's go engine 2. Wing pump is on. Ignition on. And starter. Wait for that to stabilize. Fuel. Good start on 2. Start her off. Ignition off. Generator can come on. It's really loud in here. That's good. Take the noise down just a little bit. Okay. Right, so Nighthawk, is he, have you already traveled? Nighthawk, if you want to lead the way to runway 27, that'd be perfect. While I got the METAR looking at, let me just post that METAR into the chat, actually. So I have it for reference. Q and H is... Well, that's a little bit different. 1109? That can't be right. Sorry, pressure is 1012. Or did I grab the TAF instead of the... I grabbed the TAF instead of the METAR. Sorry. Here's the METAR. Here's the METAR. 1012, yep. Okay, that's all good. Initial altitude of 4,000, guys. And of course our initial frequency, which is 114 60. I'll bring that in, and we're going to be using VLOC. That's fine, that's set. Runway heading is 27 approximately. So we'll verify that when we get there. Okay, bring panel lights on. Beacon should be on, actually. Nav lights can come on. Taxi lights can come on. Everything else, I think we're good to go. Okay, guys, I'm on the way to runway 27. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but never mind. Okay, we're entering the active runway now. So nav will now go to strobe. Beacon recognition lights come on. Landing lights can come on. There we go. Okay. Right. After you guys.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just wait for Nighthawk to start rolling. Miss Tippy, you can go right after him as well. Positive rate, you're up. Alright. Bring the autopilot in. Oop. Pitch trim is off, that's why. So we're going to do that without crashing the plane here. There he goes. Okay, airplane has control. Currently heading control right now, so we're going to... oh, got the wrong frequency in there. See if we're picking up anything on our VOR indicator. We don't seem to be at the moment. Not on that one anyway. That's interesting. It says it's right ahead of us. Don't know how. Okay, we are going to dial course 117. It's about there. And we'll kick in the nav. The nav has got the beacon. Set climb condition. There's Nighthawk and Mississippi over there as well. Looks like they both have the beacon. And you can see there's a little bit of drift. And that's normal. I'm a little bit confused about is why this ADF doesn't seem to be working, but never mind. Try setting it up on here. Okay. Well, I don't know why it's not picking up on there, but at any rate, we do have it on our main gauge there, so that's fine. Approaching 4,000. And off we go to leave smog-filled Mumbai. Look at that. And I'm pretty sure that's just smog. Wow. Okay. There we go. That's all she wrote. That's it. Stream over. No, I'm joking. Okay, probably bring up the speed a bit now. Flap should be up. Quick check below. Everything is clean. Aircraft is cleaned up. Don't need much in the way of pressurization at 4,000 feet, so we'll just leave that. Inertial separators can come off. Oh, got a fail warning here. Not sure what that is. That's a new one. I'll have to look that one up. Inverter failure. Oh, inverter's off, that's why. There we go. Now our gauge is there. Slight overspeed warning there. You're going to see tons of mountains in this. This is really, really something. Hopefully the weather cooperates and stays clear. I think once we clear the city, we should be fine. But if it does get cloudy, I might go to a few clouds or clear skies because there's so much scenery to take in on this route. And we will have to climb to about 5,000 feet at some point, so. Massive city as well, Mumbai. Anyway, I'm just going to break away for a couple seconds. I'll be right back, guys. Stay with me. Okay, back with you. So airplane is tracking well. Look at these mounts, and they, at the moment, they don't seem to be causing too much bother with the VOR. I think it's because it's relatively close. 51 nautical miles. We're currently gaining on our initial waypoint by 204 knots. That's absolutely fantastic. What's our outside temperature today? Even at 4,000 feet, it is 19 degrees. Wow. It's a hot country. So 4,000, that's adjusting, looking at here. Keep out there. Which is right, gives us a true airspeed of about 200 knots. Obviously, this doesn't account for wind. If we want to know what the wind factor is, then we need to go by our DME, but it looks like the wind's almost having little or no impact on our speed, so that is reading relatively correct. It's true airspeed about 202 of the thing. Actually, 204, could be 204, 203. So yeah, that means we have set the indicated airspeed gauge correctly. But look at this, guys. Should go to my... Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely amazing. There's Nighthawk. Mississippi's over there. Just as the mist clears, we get away from the city. Look at that. Oh, that's so lovely. I'm very ignorant of Indian landscapes, but I'll tell you what, that must be something to see. Absolutely stunning. Alright, we'll do a quick check. Our next leg, I wonder where my logo's gone, actually. I think I've deleted it. Not sure. I just love, like, obviously you got this this river kind of running through the valley, and you get these little lakes here as well. But I imagine it's absolutely stinking hot down there. I know we've got the camera right behind the exhaust of the airplane, but it does kind of give you that heat warble. It makes it really look like it's a hot place. But look at these mountains. I mean, they're stunning. And I always love that, you know, our planet is so incredible that it can produce a completely different atmosphere wherever you go. No two places look the same, really. You might have places that look similar, but it's just amazing. Beautiful. Okay, we're making good time here. 207 knots are gaining speed on our first waypoint. Our next waypoint will be 170, so I'm going to dial that into the heading bug just for reference. Is about there, and our frequency that we'll be tracking is 115.90. Is that right? 30. So I'll have that in the backup, but I'm also going to dial that into our VOR2, our Nav2 radio. There you go. And as soon as that comes within range, we'll see that green arrow spring to life. But I'm not expecting that to happen. I think that leg is quite long. I'll just check the... Go to our map here. So our second leg is... it's about a 43-minute trip. It's 117 nautical miles. So yeah. Initially, we'll probably have to use Poon as our departing guide. So we can still fly on course 170, but using Poon as our reference from the rear. And then as soon as Kolapur comes within range, we can switch that over. But you're going to see there'll be a lot of drift, and this will be caused due to the mountains, so we have to keep an eye on that. Back to normal. We'll get a little bit of buffeting here. This plane just keeps getting quicker. 209 knots now. Look at that. Wow. Should be some awesome screenshots today, I would think, guys. Nighthawk is just like lightning in that Cessna. Still see Mississippi nearby. Alright. Turn off our recognition lights. Taxi light can come off. Most that can come off, actually. Don't think we're going to hit anything around here. Look at the windmills. That is really cool. Who didn't think India had green power? But I guess it would be probably quite important to them nowadays. Just checking, we are just over 25 nautical miles away, so very close to our next course change. I think once we do our course change, I'm going to go for a coffee, and everyone else should do the same because we got such a long leg. And then when I get back, we'll do the news. How's that sound? And once we burn out all this Indian music, I'll probably switch over to blues. Coffee, says Mississippi. Look at that. Got to get the Timmies. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Look at that. I'm going to beg the pardon. I'm just going to change a setting here, guys. Apologize for this. I want to turn on depth of field because I think I have that off. Oh no, I do have it on. Try medium. If it hits my frame rate too much, we can always adjust it. A little bit of pop in, but I think that's just my internet connection at the moment. Coffee, says Nighthawk. Coffee. We got a meme for that.
Purple.
Coffee. That's what we need, eh? We need a coffee meme, Nighthawk. I'll have to try and find some. Look at that. And just like that, all the mountains are starting to flatten out again. But there will be more.
Naughty, naughty.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. Oh, wow. I love the colors as well. It just looks so lush. It's kind of like very reminiscent of Africa, but in a completely different way. That's off, like, quite a major motorway there. So I think that'll take you through probably head to Goa, I would imagine, or different parts of the country. Oh. What kind of stadium is that? What do you think? Let me see it from this side. We'll just slide over. Look at that. I'm gonna guess that that's a cricket stadium. Looks very cricket ovally to me, doesn't it? Very cool. Okay, we are getting close to our course change. 13 nautical miles away now. Still not picking up Kolhapur. So we will fly an outbound radial of from our current VOR. So actually what we can do is we can switch over to heading mode. And we can dial in, put our course change to 170, our course needle. Just to make this so simple that we don't even have to think about it, and just hit the nav button. Actually, I'm surprised that picked up so quick. And that will pick up the outbound 170 radial on... Actually, no, I'll stick back to a course heading. We'll wait until that levels out. I'll just steer it with the heading. That'll be easy enough. Just about 9 miles away. It's trying to fly in from behind the beacon. That's what it's doing. That's why it's turning at the moment. Oh, it looks like some industrial area down here. Look at that. How quickly it changes. And suddenly we're over another city. I couldn't even tell you what city it is. Beautiful. Just under 7 miles. Excuse me. Excuse me. Just got a bit of tickle up my nose there for a second. That's what you came for, right? You hate to see me sneezing. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, 5 miles. Let's see if Nighthawk and Mississippi are course changing yet. And as we get close enough, this is why it's better to go on heading, because as you're overflying the beacon, unless you're staying on the radial that you're intending to fly, it can get a bit wobbly. So we'll just do it manually initially. Coughs and sneezes spread diseases, Mr. Canuck. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay, looks like Nighthawk and Mississippi have made their change. About a mile away. Once we get to about half a mile, we'll begin our turn to 170. we go. You can see that needle changing now. So we have overshot the radial a bit. So we'll just... We'll bring it to about there. Hit the nav. The nav control will fly an intercept course anyway. There we go. Nav can come in. So I can move that heading bug back to our course of 170. There we go. And we're on the radial. Wow, look at that. It's another stadium coming up, I think. Cricket is a passion in that country. Actually, I think it's just a park. Yeah, just a park. Very cool. Could be a zoo. Looks very kind of tourist attraction-y, doesn't it? And here, look at it, this another line of mountains coming up in front of us. And that one, in the distance, we're going to need to climb to about 6,000 feet to get over that. We're not there quite yet. I'm going to grab my coffee. Actually, I might change, you know what? Let's climb to 6,000. Right. I feel like we're going to gain on those mountains pretty quickly. So at least if we're at 6,000 feet, if for some reason we gain on it before I get back with my coffee, I'm not going to crash. We're still not picking up Coolapore yet, so that's fine. We'll stay on that outside track. Reason that I'm going to reiterate a point. I know I say this all the time. Put Snoopy in the doghouse. Make sure your heading bug is on the nose. Why? If I lose signal from my VOR, what happens? This defaults back to heading control. So even if for some reason the VOR signal fails, because now we will have mountains behind me, and my airplane can't track the radial, it's going to default to heading mode. Now, if I haven't set that heading bug on the nose, then that plane's going to turn. And obviously, in real life, you'd always be watching the aircraft, but from a simming perspective, it's doubly important. If you're away doing something or using the facilities, then you know that the airplane's going to continue to fly the correct direction. Oh, Mississippi's doing some sightseeing there, I think. I'll get some nice screenshots down there. Okay, I'm going to grab a coffee now. Everything looks stable at the moment, so I think I can trust the airplane to just do its thing. I will check the internal temperature of the aircraft, though. 19 degrees. No, we're fine. Everyone should be comfortable. And I'll just let you enjoy the views. Be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. How we doing? Oh, here's Stu. Hi, Stu. How are you doing? Well, we're picking up our second beacon, so we can switch that over. Bosh. There'll probably be a slight deviation. That is just on the verge of its range, though, 90 miles away. What you're going to find, though, is that because it's so far away, the nav controls actually, it'll blink in and out, and that's because there's drift. There's VOR drift. See how it's coming in and out like that? So the plane will do its best to try and get onto the radio, but obviously it's one of these things, the closer you get, the more accurate it is. And that's, a lot of it's just down to the train causing interference. You're fine. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing not too bad. Oh, is Stu flying with us too? Let's see if we can find him. I don't see him yet. He's way up there, is he? Is it still flying an intercept? All right, there we go. Wow, that's quite a deviation. Look at that. This is all farmland down here. Ah, there's Mr. Tippy. How you doing, sir? Good morning to you. She finally got you out of bed, did she? He's awake. He's awake. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I wonder what kind of trees those are. Yep. Good. Told him about my hat selection. All right, yeah, you should be happy with this one, I would think. This is my winter hat for Scotland. It's nice and thick, well, thickish. All right, shall we do a bit of news? That music down. That's the one thing I haven't refreshed yet, but we will be getting a new news intro at some point. But anyway, let's not dwell on that subject. Here we go. All right. First off, Flight FX is showing off a new CL35 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is the Challenger 350. It looks awesome. Really, really good. Very, very excited to see how this is going to turn out. Because we don't really have a Challenger. I don't think we've ever had a Challenger Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this one will be coming out for Microsoft 2020 and 2024. So I'm very, very excited about this. Because it's just an airplane variant. There is a really well-known Challenger, I think, for X-Plane. But to date, I've never seen one for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this is really, really cool. Obviously, I don't know much about Flight FX. But it looks like if you go into some of the screenshots here that they're really piling on the detail. I mean, just look, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. So we will watch this one with great interest, guys. I'm very, very excited for this, and it's really going to fill a gap in the airplane market for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Captain Sim. Hold your comments. Is making this space shuttle for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I presume this will be for 2024. It'll focus mainly on the return flight, which is basically a dead stick trip into Cape Kennedy, I presume. And it probably won't do anything else other than that. So it's not going to be an airplane you can, just hop into and do a quick flight to New York or something like that. That's not what it's designed to do. Hey, we don't have a space shuttle, so it is interesting. I dare say we'll probably hold. I'll be watching content creators that decide to jump into the cockpit and try the old. Dead stick landing, but being realistic, I think the whole industry will probably lose interest on this product very, very quickly. But hey, more power to them. Nobody else has done it, so hopefully they do a great job and people enjoy the product. CAS is launching a J3 Cub because if there's not enough J3 Cubs in the world, isn't there? And we're going to talk about the comment in a sec. But I presume this will be like something above, because is there not a Cub already for Microsoft Flight Simulator? I can't remember. This is obviously a well-known bush plane. I actually interviewed a Cub pilot some time ago. They flew Super Cubs for doing crop dusting and things like that. Oh, Swiss got his hands on a copy. Oh, right. Oh, even more reason not for me not to be interested. He does do nice external models. Yes, he does. I do agree. With that. So anyways, yeah, if you're interested in bush flying, that's probably one to keep an eye out for. But the one I'm really interested in, and again, this is another airplane that I've never seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is the de Havilland Comet. Now this will be the variant 4, but if you're not familiar with the Comet was the first ever passenger airliner that was powered by jet. It was, and actually, it was a very popular airplane. It was very highly regarded until the initial variant of the Comet, because it had very large windows, suffered from mass explosive decompression, which ended up resulting in several fatal crashes, and ended up grounding the plane for a period of time. That and as well as competing against the mighty American industry, the 707 came out about the same time. The 707 ultimately was the one that took the crown. There were, of course, others coming out at the time as well. I think Convair had a jet airliner, and there was another one I can't remember. But yes, there is a Comet actually statically kept in East Fortune Air Museum, which is just outside of Edinburgh to the east. So I've actually been on one and seen the cockpit. It is really, really complex. Well, it's just cool. You know, it's old school stuff. But the Comet 4, which was an upgraded variant, got rid of all the problems with decompression, actually flew for a number of years, but was never really considered ultimately a successful airliner. So it's very exciting to see that this is coming in. Obviously, there's not a lot of detail yet on this, and it's really just a silhouette at best. But hopefully, you can see there's the outline of the cockpit there. Hopefully, we'll see something good, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well. CLI 4D, is that what it's called, have just released Geringer Fjord in the Sunnmøre region. I'm probably absolutely atrociously destroying this. Mor og Romsdal in Norway. Anyway, it's near a fjord in Norway is the best place I can say. And see if we can load this. Ooh, that's not a good sign. But yes, obviously some sort of tourist destination. It's very interesting. So it's got some sort of plateau base there for the brave of heart that like to go to Norway in the winter or just go up into the mountains. I don't know how they actually fly into the place. But that's looking pretty nice. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. It could be my internet connection, not quite sure. Anyway, hopefully you guys can still hear and see me okay. This is really cool. DCS F-100 Super Sabre was flown by America and Canada actually for a good period of time. Is now coming to DCS. Or it has come to DCS and they're just saying what a great airplane it is. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of actually doing things, oh no, it's something they're working on. It is something they're working on, but it's looking absolutely stunning. And of course, all of this will be operational in DCS, so all the weapon systems and everything like that, which is really cool when it comes to military jets. You know, if you want to see what they can do, DCS is the platform to check that out in. But yeah, it's got a lot of heritage, and looks like we got a wee video there as well. There you go. Insight camera. Let's check that out. That is cool. It's amazing that that's a computer game, isn't it? But yeah, I'll tell you what. Someday we'll be jumping into Sims, and we won't. We'll have virtual reality goggles, and we'll think we're actually doing the real thing. It's getting absolutely crazy. I attempted to Dan says I attempted to try using the F-14 at X-Plane 12. Safe to say I'll stick to airliners. Yeah, fair enough. Another big news, Just Flight is going to be porting the Vulcan over to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The Vulcan, actually, I had a really great interview with Martin Northall just before Christmas on Sky Blue Radio. And he remarked that when they made the Vulcan initially for release, they didn't expect that product to do well. And it ended up selling extraordinarily well, even in countries that they thought would have no interest in this whatsoever. It was one of their most successful products of in the last two years. So it does make sense that they are going to bring this over to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and I have tried it. I don't actually have. I had a friend who bought it, and I've had a go at it. It's stunningly detailed and amazing. It's just it's not my flavor of airplane to fly around personally. So I haven't really investigated much time or energy into it, but I can say it is a beautiful tribute to a very, very remarkable and unique aircraft. And it's going to be in 2024, so that's cool. This is great. I always love reporting on freeware, and big thanks to Nighthawk for... sorry, just do a quick check of our airplane here. Okay. Yeah, we got 39 miles? Yeah, 39 miles. That's good. We're still going all right. Okay, we'll go back to the news. A big thank you to Nighthawk, because he does find some really great news on freeware stuff. But this looks really good. This is Roland Garros Airport, which is in the Indian Ocean on the island of Reunion. But look at this, guys. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. And this is completely free. Obviously, it's not letting me load these at the moment. But hopefully you can kind of get the gist of the quality that this person's putting into this airport. It's really looking nice. It says you will have to download some library dependencies, which is fine. It's actually available right now on flightsim.to, so go check it out. Now, just to, if you want to write this down, Roland Garros Airport. Does it say who is actually developed by FTS X-Free LW? So that's probably what you want to search on there. FTSX F Free LW. How complicated a name could you make for yourself? I don't know. Finally, this is not something that bothers me, but it does bother some people, and I'm sure a lot of people are waiting for Flow Pro to come to Flight Simulator for this reason. But a lot of people don't like the toolbar in Microsoft Flight Simulator. When you put your mouse at the top and this pops up, nobody likes that, and it's just, I guess, a bugbear for great many people. So if that is an issue for you, there was a mod in 2020 that gets rid of it, but 2024 obviously brought in a much lower profile, but similar type of approach. There is now a freeware patch, freeware mod rather, that you can get, which will get rid of the toolbar in 2024 as well. So if that is something that really annoys you and you've booted up 2024 and you think, not again, there is now a mod available for it. I'm trying to see if I can get any information. Does it say where to go? This will be on MFS add-ons. Let me go to that site. Yeah, so MSFS add-ons is where you want to go. And probably what I would search for is a toolbar removal or something like that. I don't know if it's got a specific name. Oh, no, it's flightsim.to. Sorry, here we go. No handlebar. That's what you're looking for. No handlebar. There's a 2020 version, and apparently now there will be a 2024 version. So there you go. You hate the toolbar handlebar. Fair enough. Anyway, that's the news for today. So we'll get right back to the flight, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'll get the music back up. I think we might go for some blues. I think we burned out the whole Indian thing. It's getting to the point of absurdity at this point. Okay. Let me just change music quickly. But yes, I'm just in the process of rebuilding my music library now that I'm subscribed to Upbeats. And by the way, this does cost me money. I'm happy to spend it. It wasn't a lot of money, but I wouldn't say no to a donation from time to time. And if you do want to support Positive Rate and my ongoing monthly expenses, please do donate. I can put a thing up there. There you go. It's always appreciated. Just helps me offset costs. So not required, but always appreciated. Anyway, let's get some blues going here. There we go. Oh, dude. Okay, let's look around. Who we still got? We got Nighthawk there. Oh, where's Mrs. Tippy? You still flying with us, Mrs.? Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, you're still there? This is server issues again on my side. She's ahead of you. Okay. Let's try this. Don't know if that'll do anything, but give it a blast. Let's check our distance. We are coming up to our next change, so we're 18 miles out. So our next change today will be 200. And we can move the course now because that seems to have timed out anyway. See it getting a little bit misty again. Don't know if we're coming over a city. Anyways, our next frequency is 11360. And we'll bring that in here as well. Are we picking it up? Yes, we are. So that's fine. So once we, I think what we'll do is we'll actually switch over. We're on heading mode right now, so there's no point really in tracking Kolhapur anymore. So we'll tune in Goa. And once we intercept, and you can see there's a little bit of drift in there. We could just put in the nav mode now, actually. Let the airplane sort it out. It will do our course change when it sees fit. And again, that's right at the threshold of its range, just under 93 miles away. Now, here's where winds play a factor. So if you look at our true airspeed right now, we're doing about 198 true airspeed. Actually, I need to adjust the 6,000. What's our... it says about 7 degrees. 6,000 at 7 degrees. About there. True airspeed's about 200 knots. Now we've got that properly calibrated. Oh, mind you, we're not quite turning on course yet, so we're still closing at 170 knots, 75 knots. But once we start locking in, we can have a look and see what our true airspeed is relative to the VOR beacon. Okay, I'm gonna try switching servers again. You guys stay on North Europe. Don't worry about me. Just to give it a flush. Mrs. Tippy coming in with a £5 donation. That pretty much covers almost all of the subscription costs for Upbeats for this month. I thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Oh, we've got Stu. Okay, everyone's come back in now. That's it. At least I know how to fix it. But it sucks that I have to keep doing that. Anyway, absolutely appreciated. Thank you so much for your support. And guess we'll have to do something about it, shall we? Let's spin.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Much appreciated. There we go. Oh, it's getting hazy now. Looks like we're over a city again. How did I know we were over a city? It's smog. It is just smog. That is astounding. And of course India is known for that. I think they should simulate that in Toronto better than they do, to be fair. I can remember some pretty awful days in Toronto. So yeah, you may have noticed that the nav radio's picked up the radio and is now steering us on course. So I'm going to put Snoopy on the top of the course needle. And looks like we got a closing speed of about 199 knots. So that is slight headwind, but nothing major. Medoc says, oh, there, I know. There's Burlington Bridge freeware for Hamilton. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, would you mind posting a link into, actually, you know, we should create a new channel. I think what we'll do is we'll create a new channel in, tell me if this is a good idea, guys. If we create a new channel in the Discord server called Freeware Picks, and then if anybody comes across a product that they think is absolutely great, you can just post a link in there, and we'll just, as a group, as a family, we'll just build a library of freeware links that we absolutely love and adore, and we can share with each other. How's that sound? So I'll get that channel set up. Stu likes the idea. Perfect. So I'll get that channel set up, Nighthawk, and if you could post a link for that in there. I know there's the one thing I do have freeware for is in Hamilton is Iverwin Stadium, or not Iverwin Stadium, Tim Hortons Field. So I've got that in the sim, and that looks great. That's because I love flying down the East End there and seeing Tim Hortons Field. Mississippi likes that idea. Cool. Okay, I will get that set up today. Actually, I'll try and do that at some point towards the end of the stream. Let's see if I can do it quickly. But Shark Kitty is online. I'll ask her. She is. Will be nice once they implement freeware for us on Xbox Series. Yeah, it would be nice. I know they keep getting asked about that. Because, I mean, in theory, it would be a simple matter of just making sure they don't have to charge for things on the marketplace. So there's like a whole freeware section there, and then people can just upload to that. Because there's some pretty atrocious payware on marketplace, I'll tell you that. And see how as we're nearing the edge of the city, as we're coming into the suburbs and now coming out into the country, that smog is just starting to dissipate. It's absolutely incredible how much pollution impacts visibility. Just nuts. 69 miles. Cooking with gas. Stu, what are you in? Are you in a helicopter? I just gotta go off camera for a sec, guys. So just give me a sec. How's that? Talking on mute. Classic mistake from work, eh? Mike, yeah, okay, sorry guys. Always saying no, thank you so much for that donation. I don't know who that was, because it's come up as anonymous, but thank you so much. Yes, as that's 2 donations back to back in a very short period of time, this is for you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Post some links in the freeware channel. Oh, has Shark Kitty already done it? Oh, what a gem. Oh, cool. There you go. So the Positive Rate Freeware Picks channel is live, guys. So feel free to go in and post your favorites. If you found something in the wild that you really like, let's share it with the family. Anyway, go back to, I was addressing the original point. So Mr. Chippy said that Jorg admitted his team that decided not allowed over the years, and people thought it was Microsoft, but he wants to change it. That's cool. I think that decision probably stems from the fact that if it's in the marketplace, basically end users will expect Asobo to support those add-ons. So if those add-ons don't work or break the sim, then Asobo ends up holding the bag, so to speak. And they probably don't. They don't want to do that because they don't make any money off the freeware. So I think it'll probably have to be a combination of things. Whether it'll be like a community vetted, if they can get community volunteers to come in and test the products out, and then kind of just do a tick to say, try this out, and maybe almost have like a new or untested section with a warning saying this could break your sim. People can go and try it out. If they get 10 ticks from 10 different pilots saying, yes, it works, I'm quite happy with it, then that automatically promotes it to the marketplace as an approved freeware package. And that way Asobo doesn't have to do anything about it, and they don't have to take any responsibility. That's how I would implement it. They've probably not thought of that. They should probably hire me to give them ideas about how to do it. But yeah, that's good news, and because you don't want people on Xbox to miss out just because they're on Xbox. That's just not fair. Mr. Tippy says that'd be a great way to go about it. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Let's get the community. You have to design it so the community can self-approve things. And it's, there's no way, rather than go on ratings, which I think is not a great way to do it, but just to say, yes, this worked for me, like a tick box. And then, you get 10 ticks, bang, up it goes, it's approved. And if people want to play with the experimental stuff, that is completely up to them. Big disclaimer saying, this contains freeware products that are not currently approved in the marketplace. Please be aware this may break your sim. If you have any problems, uninstall the product immediately and restore your sim back to previous state, etc. Blah blah blah. I think that would be a good way to do it. And again, Nighthawk, once again, thank you so much for posting some links in. That's great. See what we got so far, eh? Still got 45 miles to run on this leg, so. Let's see what Nighthawk's put up for us. There you go, Burlington Bridge. Oh, I like this. Oh yeah, that's awesome. For those of you who don't know, so this is there's two bridges here. There's the Skyway Bridge in the background, which is a road bridge. Well, they're both road bridges, but prior to the Skyway being built, the only way you could get across Hamilton Harbor from my hometown of Hamilton into Burlington was a lift bridge called the Burlington Bridge. The reason that we need a lift bridge is because, and I don't know if we got really a shot of Hamilton. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me see if I can find. Let's go maps. Yeah, so this is where this bridge is. This is Hamilton Harbor. Now, all the steelworks and manufacturing are around this area here. So you get very heavy ships coming in, and they have to go, because there's a natural land bridge here. So what they did is they dug a canal so that these ships could get in. And of course, because they had dug a canal, you needed a bridge. So end result is they created this lift bridge, but the problem is it's only 2 lanes. So obviously, as Hamilton grew and the population of Ontario grew, And this, the other thing you got to remember is this is one of the major conduits from Toronto to Niagara Falls and the American border. So it's absolutely essential that the traffic can be managed. Now, the Skyway Bridge is modeled not too bad in the default Microsoft Flight Simulator, but this is obviously a massive improvement, and I'd love to see if that bridge actually goes up and down as well. That'd be pretty cool, but that's absolutely fantastic. And of course, this is the one I was talking about. This is Tim Hortons Field, the home of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, my home team. And this is a really good rendition. It's exactly what it looks like in real life, and it lights up at night as well, which is cool. It's really, really good. So anyway, big clap to Nighthawk for posting the initial 2 links. Like I said, if there's any freeware that you've come across that you absolutely adore and you think, man, other people got to know about this, hop on over to our new channel, which is Positive Rate Freeware Picks, and post a link in there. We'd be much appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. That is absolutely awesome. Yes, big applause. Oh, more haze. We're coming over another city. I can see the mountains are starting to climb a bit. A beautiful country that is regularly obscured by smog. And we've got about 33 miles to run. Our next course, we might as well check that out. That will be 157. So we won't dial that in yet, but the frequency in question is 114.2. And also, I'd be curious to know if you guys can let me know, are you using VOR navigation, or are you using GPS? Doesn't matter, either way is completely acceptable. But I'm just curious to know how you're navigating today, and if you like doing these kind of blind routes without any GPS, anything to tell you where you are. 114.2. There we go. And we're not picking up that beacon at all. Now, this may have come as no surprise, and I'll show you why, because this is the longest leg. This is the longest leg on the whole route. So we will be well out of range of Mangalore. So once we intercept Goa, we can fly an outbound track on Goa, and by the time we just reach the edge, and it's 159 miles, this 159 miles, so we'll actually get out of range, I think. Actually, no, that's not true. We should just be on the threshold of the range of Goa before we pick up Mangalore, and we'll just switch over, as we have done already today. But once we do pick up Mangalore, we'll see that green needle come to life. This is the way I do it. You can see there's a rhythm to the way that I change from one frequency to the next, and hopefully that makes sense to you. Is it the way the pilots do it in real life? Not necessarily sure. It just seems like a sensible and methodical way to do it. But again, I must reiterate, always keep Snoopy in the doghouse. And you'll notice there's a slight drift on here. You see how that needle's not quite, a little bit off her nose? That is because the nav radio is compensating for wind impact. So when you set your heading bug, you do not set it to the course heading, you set it to the nose setting, so that your airplane will continue to compensate for that wind impact. Little things like that. Nighthawk says you're on VOR. Awesome. Yeah, I imagine the what's the name of the Cessna you've got again? It's not the Constitution. Was it Chancellor? Chancellor, I've heard, is a very good VOR machine. Stu's on GPS. That's totally cool. Mrs. Tippy's on GPS. I'll tell you what. And Stu's using MPS. I'll tell you what. You know what? Everybody, post a screen capture of your cockpit as you're looking at it right now. So what's happened there? There we go. Give me a screen grab of your cockpit, post it in positive rate screenshots, and let's take a look. We'll do a quick tour of what everyone's airplane looks like as they're flying this course right now, so we can see the variety of navigation techniques being used. That'd be great. MML has a range of 195 miles. Oh, well, then no problem there. Well, once we close up, we should see that coming. It may, now, bear in mind, Nighthawk, 195 miles if there's no line of sight blocks. So if there's any mountains, because we're only at 6,000 feet, if there's any mountains between us and Mangalore, it doesn't. We're still not going to pick it up. It's only till we overcome that line of sight. So it probably is 195 miles, but you might actually have to be upwards based on the angle. If there's a mountain here, and the signal's got to get over it, you might have to be from a distance of 195. You might have to be at like 10,000 feet or 20,000 feet. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to pick up that VOR from that range. Which is, and that is modeled in Flight Simulator, which is awesome. And you'll notice that sometimes if you're not picking up a VOR, but you know that there's terrain, you just increase your altitude, and eventually, as you're increasing altitude, suddenly it just springs to life. And I've actually seen it happen in the sim. It's really cool. You can't defeat the laws of physics, laddie. Oh, I just wish that weather gauge would work. Black Square is looking to bring this over to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which is awesome, because one thing that's working in 2024, there's so many pros and cons at the moment. And I'm still getting some very strange bugs in 2024, but I am flying it regularly. And I am considering doing a stream very soon. Actually, Nighthawk, did you get 2024 yet? I'm curious. But I'm going to consider doing a stream very soon. But some things just are funny. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. But I think part of the problem is my internet connection isn't the best. I've got a electrician that's going to be running some hardwire for me. And hopefully I can get the most out of my connection from the room that I'm actually sitting in. So that will help. But until I get full fiber, it's always going to be a continuing problem. Anyway, what I was going to say was... What was I going to say? Pros and cons. When you're flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, like looking around you, everything just looks awesome. It just looks great. I've actually had a chance now that some of the scenery's been updating, so I've taken a look at... there's a great Pearson International, Toronto International package from Orbix that is now 2024 compatible that I've put in. And see, when you actually have the payware scenery in 2024, it looks excellent. But there's a problem. So, for one thing, the lighting on aircraft does my head in. You cannot see nav lights lit in Microsoft 2024. I don't know why or what causes it. And it doesn't matter which plane. The nav lights just don't, they're almost invisible. And beacon lights are really hard to see as well. Whereas, if you look at it in 2020, it absolutely looks gorgeous. You take that same plane in 2024, nah. So there's a problem there. I don't know what the cause of that is. Is it a setting? I wouldn't have thought so. The other thing is, sometimes the train can, depending on your strength of your connection, can look a bit dodgy as well. We've never had a payware for Pearson on Xbox, which is a shame. It is. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, actually. Internal and external lighting is messed up a lot in 2024. I completely agree with you. It's it's variable, and that's why 2020 is still my favorite sim, because those atmospheric things to me are very important. The one thing that does work, though, and it drives me nuts because it doesn't work in 2020, the weather radar works great. It does work, absolutely works. And I wish they would fix that in 2020, but I feel like there's a reason they can't do it, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is, right? Because we've never had working radar in 2020, which is extraordinary. extraordinary. And then he said, "Oh, we'll fix that. We'll just come out with a new sim." Like, and you know, a lot of us are like, "But we don't want a new sim. We just want the weather radar to work." And I'll tell you what, if they fix the weather radar in 2020, a lot of people are just going to stay in 2020. That's my opinion. Anyway, we are 3 miles away from our course change, guys. 157 is where we're headed. Which is about there. I'm going to bring that frequency into... oh, we're still out of range, aren't we? Sorry, we've got to fly this on... We've got to fly this on our current off of Goa first initially. So the plane is now flying an intercept to that that radial 157, and it will automatically put us on the correct track once it hits it, which is great. There we go. We just overflew it. Okay. See what I mean? Like, if you turn it if you're flying directly over the beacon, the airplane's going to struggle. So what we have to do is we got to plot in an intercept for it. Well, I'll do heading first, and hopefully get away from this smog. It looks like it's going to clear up as we continue out. So I don't know what city we're over. But I'm glad we're at 6,000 feet, because I certainly wouldn't want to be flying through that. Imagine the smell. Ugh. Just soot and smoke and awfulness. Okay, 11420 is our next destination, Mangalore. That needle is not doing anything at the moment, so as I expected. We're closing on the radio. We can switch to nav mode now. And we'll just bring our heading over. So we're now flying an outbound radial. And you can tell this because this white arrow points behind you. So that means the beacon is behind you. But I am flying 157 from the beacon behind you. That's what that means. If the white arrow is above, that means the beacon's ahead of you, and I'm flying 157 to the beacon. And that's the only thing you need to know about to and from indications. Which means, as I mentioned before, if you're flying 157 radial towards a beacon, and you fly over that beacon, but you leave the nav engaged, the airplane will continue to fly that radial to, over, and away, and it won't. I'll never deviate from that until you change something. Look at this. We're starting to hit some lovely coastline now. Take a look. There we go. You're flying in LA on 24 implements all the smoke. Okay. Flying around in LA, sorry. Flying around in LA on 24 implements all the smoke, yeah. Yeah, smog's awful. Oh, the smoke for the forest fires. Oh, right. Oh, that's crazy. I'll have to check that out. What a devastating fire that is, too. Imagine there's quite a few Canadian teams helping out on that one. Look at that lovely coastline. I bet you some really nice beaches down there. I can kind of see them from the air here. Should do a fuel check, eh? We got 51 gallons left. Hopefully we got enough to make it. We might have to do a fuel stop. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what? Might need an emergency stop here. I don't think there's any airports on the way, though. That's a problem. Not really. Okay, I think we won't bother stopping then. I think we should be all right. Canada has sent down quite a few water bombers. Yeah, I imagine they always do. A ton of personnel and all the gear. Yeah, I mean they routinely do that because likewise, if Canada is struggling, if the Americans can spare people, they'll send people up as well. And you know they pay for it. It's all in good faith, but it's always, I think, very much appreciated. Look at this. This is lovely. Wow, what a nice area. It's quite steep cliffs there, though, actually. And so there's a lovely beach. I can see that, but it's not easy to get to. Wow. Mr. Tippy said, yeah, that was crazy. They're saying anyone flying drones around those areas are going to be in an absolute ton of trouble now. Oh, right, yeah. You're okay for fuel? Okay. I'll just jack it up manually if I get in trouble. Look at that. Oh, is that beautiful or what? Stunning. Again, this area is well known for diving, I think. Not deep sea diving. Well, deep sea diving, I guess, but not, you know, if people like to look at sharks and fish. Not something I've ever done. And the sun is setting in India. We are on real time. There's a fortress down there in the real world. Is there, eh? Yeah, it looks like a good place for a fortress. Huh. So have you been around that neck of the woods then, Nighthawk, have you? It's starting to get very dark now. Alright, I can switch up the music a little bit. I'll do. Just put on some nice sunset music. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Oh man, I love my hobby. I love it. It truly is the golden era of flight simulation nowadays, isn't it? Just looking at maps, okay, fair enough. You always give me the impression that you seem very knowledgeable about things, Nighthawk. That's a compliment, by the way. Did we get any screenshots of cockpits? Oh, here we go. Just wait for them to load in. Lost everyone again. I gotta switch servers. Oh yeah, my ping's awful. Not looking forward to shoveling snow? Oh dear. What a shame. Sorry to hear that. Oh, there's everyone appeared again. I wonder if you can you switch servers in I wonder. Yeah, that's what I think that would be better, because then I could just bang between them, eh? How do I do that? I can't remember where setting how to add stuff. I don't use it enough really to. Wheel. Click and hold on an empty spot. Okay. Ah, there we go. So if we go server. Ah, wow, that's great. Okay. There we go. I might as well put West USA in there as well. Well, that's awesome. I didn't know, like, I just suddenly had this idea that maybe it does do that. So there, if I switch to that, so that just switches this. That's great. Oh wow, okay, I've just found a new use for that. So that's just gives me a quick way to just recycle it without having to stop the sim. That's the main thing. And plus, I guess it'll tell you what server you're on as well, which is really cool. Nice one. Thank you, Mr. Tippy. You are amazing. Do you get can you get that for the Xbox version? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. You can see the motorway there as it trails along the coast. Everything looks completely different at night, doesn't it? Look at that. It's a beautiful sunset. I hope you guys are flying real time, because I'd love to see some screenshots. Anyway, before I got distracted, we were going to look at cockpit images, weren't we? Okay, so here we go. So here's the mighty Chancellor. Obviously, it does have the GTN 750 there, but very, very similar to the Duke in terms of all the gauges and various that you can get. Similar performance as well in terms of speed and altitude, all that. So yeah, that is looking absolutely cool. And I can see that your Nav1 radio is tracked in there. That's really cool. And then we got, look at this pink plane. And obviously I can see why GPS is preferred. You can fly VOR radios in Garmin style setups, but it is not as intuitive as it can be on other things. But it does make absolute sense that you'd fly GPS on a plane like that, because that's what the plane ultimately was designed to do. So that's very cool. And got some really nice screenshots from Nighthawk as well. Seems to be. Oh, look at that! Lovely scenery there. That's a great shot there. Love it. Absolutely perfect. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, guys. Stu, I was hoping to see your cockpit as well if you're still with us. Okay, we are now picking up Mangalore. So we can just, we'll go to heading mode first. I gotta get better, more in the habit of doing this. So, Snoopy in the doghouse, right on the nose, heading mode. So the heading bug now has control of the plane. We swap in the frequency, 142. You can see there's a slight drift off to that, and then we can bring in... well, we can do it one of two ways. If we want to do it gradually, rather than... See, it is drifting a bit, though. See that? So what I'm probably going to do is leave it in heading mode for a bit. Until we get a little bit closer, and then we'll switch it over to nav. At this point, it's getting quite dark, so I'm going to put on my landing lights. And we'll put on recognition lights as well. There we go. Just because it's going to be hard for people to see us, and we just want to make sure that we don't get hit. You don't see Stu? He's maybe possibly disconnected then. You're welcome, Mr. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tippy. I appreciate it. Yeah, you have it on Xbox? Excellent. Good. That's good. Oh, you look at your screenshot of you just posted it. Sorry. Where have you posted it, Stu? Oh, you posted it in the pub. I got it. Did you? No. No, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see a screenshot from you. Oh. Well, if you're able to post it into the screenshot channel, that'd be good. Oh, you're still looking for it? Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. It's not the end of the world, sir. So, as Nighthawk mentioned, the range on the beacon was 195 miles. We're at 104. So yes, we can pick it up. We can see it. We know we're flying towards it. Would you think that that's reliable enough, though, to control your airplane with the amount of drift that we're getting at the moment? My personal thought is no. But we keep an eye on it. We can see that the ADF is generally towards that direction, so we know that we're flying the right heading. So the best thing to do is just stick our dead reckoning course heading right now on 157, and we'll get there eventually. Having said that, is 157 the correct course? Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay. And it looks like we might get some stars coming out tonight. Sunsets and sunrises in Flight Simulator are, for me, one of the most rewarding things to do. And it's just awesome that we've been able to have like a great day flight. We've seen lots of lovely scenery, and now we're just over the water and just getting to absorb that change of atmosphere as the night closes in. And we'll get to see Mangalore at night, which will be cool. Do you think you saved it? Lovely. Right, I'll leave you to a little bit of music. I'll be right back. I just need to nip down to the facilities, guys. Lovely out there, isn't it? Oh. $87 miles to run. Lovely. Beautiful. Well, hopefully once I get my internet improved a little bit, this should get better. It's in the plan. We are supposed to be getting full fiber next year. So I was having a conversation and my friend was asking, so what are you going to get? You going to get 150 or 300? And I said, no, I'm getting 500. 500 megabit. I said half a gig will do for me. Ooh, that's a bit dark, that music. Yeah. So what if we go, just show you something here quick. We're about 80 miles away from Mangalore. So you can use the ruler function here, measure distance from here. So 80 miles is about there. So based on that, we are approximately here at the moment. We're about just over halfway. It looks like there'll be some mountains to the left of us. So if I just wish I could get rid of the old ruler line there. I don't know how to do that. Got to do some reading up. But yeah, that's one thing. By DME, we know we're flying towards that course. We know we're on the 157 radial. So we just need to measure 80 miles on the map. And of course, there's your guide there. If you're to do this by hand on paper, you would go by that. You just measure back. You say, yeah, we're about here. So if someone asked you, you know, what's your, can you give us your location? I said, we're currently sitting almost dead west of Shivamogga. Mosh Airport over there. And that sun is setting quick now. Almost in pitch black. So once that happens, we'll be completely in for IFR navigation. Is that little nav map? It should show your... Yes, it does, Nighthawk. It can show the aircraft on my map, but I'm not doing that on purpose. Because if I do that, then I'm cheating. I'm purely reliant today on the Bendix stack. That's all I got. That's all I got. Tell you what we could do though. Let's get the METAR for Mangalore. VOML. Okay. So QNH is 1011. Could probably adjust that now, actually. And our winds are 260 at 4 knots. So if I look at Mangalore, we've got runway 24 and runway 6. 260 is our wind, so 24 is where we want to go. So what I want to do is I want to put a 6-mile approach mark about here. We can use Mangalore as our reference for that, which is 114.2. If we look at the actual orientation of the runway, it's 239 degrees. So if we take 239 and subtract 180, we get 059 degrees. So I want a marker 6 miles at 059 around here. How do I do that? And this is how we do it. We put this in RNAV mode. We're going to change the frequency to 112. So that is now, that's the one we're currently tracking, right? And we want to fly an intercept data. Sorry, our direction was 059. I just walked through that, right? So go back. 059, 6 miles from that beacon, right? So, sorry, 059. Hit the data button again. Distance. I want 6 miles. Okay. Now I'm going to switch this to RNAV. This is now picking this up. Why is this? It was a little bit different. 63.2, RNAV 62. So that is actually closer. Looking at the map, yes, that would be closer because that's going to be slightly closer to our trajectory, right? Okay. Now, rather than fly directly to Mangalore, I want to fly towards that 6 mile distance so that I can execute an approach. Rather than overflying the airport and doing the circuit, you hit that, and then once we get right on it, we know that we turn 239, and we should be approaching Mangalore from runway 24. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into heading mode. Well, I'm already in heading mode. I'm going to switch up here. You'll see nav1 RNAV, so you can really see it. I'm going to switch this over to RNAV. Okay. Which is now looking at Mangalore frequency, but it's adding a 6 mile distance at a direction of 059 degrees from Mangalore. So if I turn that needle, that's my virtual waypoint. And I'll hit nav. Don't know why it's doing that. Should turn. Okay. So it's just correcting on the radio at the moment. I don't know why it went that way. But it did. Is it turning back, hopefully? I think I've done everything correct there. I've missed something here. What have I missed? Oh! RNAV. You got to switch this to RNAV. Sorry. See, what this does, this controls this needle. Right? But you have to switch the mode from RNAV. We don't have GPS. So normally you'd see GPS on here, but we don't have that. So we switch it to RNAV mode. And what the airplane will now do is fly towards 6 miles at a course of 059 from Mangalore Beacon. What do you think of that? Isn't that cool? And I'm almost flying completely blind, but I know because I've now got this DME is now set to the RNAV as well, that I'm approaching speed of 172, 52 knots, or 52 miles. As soon as that gets close to 0, I'm going to turn a course of 239. And that should put me, I should see the lights of Mangalore Airport directly ahead of me. Simples. If you already knew this, apologies for wasting your time. Oh, you put a shot in the right screen? Okay, let's go have a look. Oh, there we go. Oh, you took a picture of a... Okay. It works. It works. Oh, wow, that looks really cool. That's a very nifty cockpit, isn't it? So look at the angles on it. That's cool. Very, very old school analog there too. I like that. You got the EFB there. That's nice. Is that? Did you see? What did you see? That was the C-130 or C-170, is it? That's really good. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that, Stu. Okay. What can we see? Not much. But I suspect Mangalore is just around here somewhere. I'm going to boost my speed a bit. I'm sure we can get here a little bit quicker. Right, checking our temperature. If the temperature changes, our true airspeed readout will be different. It's actually gone up, but I guess because we're flying further south. So that's currently around What is that now? 510. About 10 degrees? Maybe 12 degrees? So just make a slight adjustment there, because it's a little bit warmer. That's giving us a true airspeed of, wow, 206. And actually, yeah, if we look at our closing speed now is 209, so we probably get a little bit of a tailwind. But because those values are very close together, that says to me that's the correct setting, so that's cool. Oh, flashlight? Flashlight is a very handy thing in Flight Simulator, isn't it? There's a way to adjust... oh, dim. There it is. Don't know if that does anything. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. You just make the cockpit red. Ooh. That's neat. There we go. Pedals. Was there pedals there? Oh, pedestal. Pedestal. Leave that where they look. Look at that. That's funky. We turn that intensity just down a little bit. Now we're set for deep submergence. CT-70. Thank you, Stu. What a beautiful airplane. You can get, by the way, if you're interested in the Black Square Duke, there is the piston version. There's then the turbine, which also comes with a Grand Turbine. Or no, there's the Grand Duke, which is piston, and then there's the turbine version. There is a package you can get as well. It is an absolutely astounding airplane. You're not going to get any closer to the real thing than Black Square, and that's why I love flying it so much. And it's just, there's so much attention to detail in it as well, which is always great. Where's my wind pumps are on? Okay, fuel is getting low, but we're not far away. 35 miles. I think we'll just make it. We'll just make it. $270 gallons. We're definitely coming over land now, aren't we? Don't think there's any terrain around Mangalore. I can tell. Looks pretty flat. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything terrain-wise to worry about. I don't think. That was cool. I don't think we have train radar in here, do we? Okay, take us down to 4,000 feet. Guess we'll go down to 3,000. How's that? remember what I said. So we're running that virtual point. So once we hit that virtual point at bearing of 0596 miles from Mangalore, and that comes down to 0. Actually, about 0.5. We'll start our turn for 239, which is runway heading, and hopefully from there we should see the lights of Mangalore, and we can take it manually in. We could use ILS, but let's see if we can use the because this plane will do ILS approach as well. So I don't even know if it has ILS. Now that I look at it. Get Snoopy in the doghouse there. So we do have a slight crosswind, I can see. Oh look, we got smog again. It's gonna get hazy. See some mountains off the distance there. "20 miles to run, guys. Almost home." Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this flight. Always appreciate feedback, so let me know, guys, if this was a good flight, if we should try to do something like this again. We will be doing a RJ flight next week, and I'm gonna see what works the best, but in all likelihood, we're probably going to be going to Sri Lanka, which is pretty much a regional hop from Mangalore. And it's also a place I've been in real life, which is pretty cool. And then from Sri Lanka, world's our oyster. So if you have any ideas where you want to go after we hit Sri Lanka, do post suggestions into Positive Rate flight plans. And we'll certainly consider everything. Just bear in mind, do try to plan them on SimBrief. We try to keep all routes under 2 hours. If the block time is over 2 hours, it makes the stream a bit long. Okay, here we come. We're getting closer. 14 miles. Approaching 3,000. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, we're currently tracking that nav, so I'm going to change my course to 239 on the heading bug. Out there. Once that gets to 0.5, I'm going to start with, actually even Say 0.7, we'll start my turn. And I'm just going to assume the airport's there. And we're hoping, praying it's there. Nine miles to run. Okay, let's slow the airplane down. Drops to full. Okay, flaps 1. A little bit of power increase. Keep it 120. I'll keep that around blue line. Six miles. Now once we want the distance from our airport, all we have to do is, because we're already tuned into Mangalore, we just need to switch this back over to N1, and that'll give us our distance to the, approximately a distance to the runway. Drop 2,000, I think. Just under 2 miles to run. All you need is a map and some old-fashioned navigation radios. 2 miles to run. And pray that there isn't a mountain in front of you. That's why looking at the map's quite important. Okay, like I said, I'll start the turn at about 0.7. That's now 1.4, 3.2. There we go. 0.7. Start a turn. And will we see runway headlights ahead of us or not? That's the question. Gonna drop gear on the taxi lights. It was just a much of testing my own skills, actually. I could be completely wrong about this. Again, we can switch this over to N1. We are currently 5 miles away from the airport. It's very hazy as well, so I'm going to pray that the actually 239, we'll use our nav radio now, so I'm going to switch this back to VLOC. Put our dial in our 239 course on this as well, in case there's been a drift. And we can use nav to put us on a localizer. There's the runway, I see it. So I'm going to a bit high. Still rather high here. Okay, closing in now. It's looking good. Runway is in a forest. Oh dear. Well, we better pay attention to the approach plate then. There's a lot of wind though. Really gusting. I think I see the tree line now. I think that's where we want to go, is it? Where are you? I think I lost you guys again. Alright, vacate the runway first. Oop. Alright. Doing too many things at once. Okay, go back to beacon mode. Strobe can come off. Landing lights can come off. Let's kick the server again, since that's obviously not playing ball today. I take it you guys around this building here somewhere, are you? Oh, yeah, so there you are. Perfect. Okay. Oh, CS dude, take care. All the best, guys. All the best. Reverse. And we can feel a cutoff there. There we go. Look at that. Excellent. Guys, thank you so much. What a great flight. I really enjoyed that thoroughly. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Always great to do some of our navigation weights. Oh, has everyone got their landing lights on? Okay, I can be like that. I'll put my landing lights on. There you go. Yeah, always great to see you guys, and thank you so much for flying with me today. A huge thank you to Mrs. Tibby for the donation as well. We had £10 today, which covers more than enough for the Upbeat music license, which I'm really going to investigate and build a new library of great music that we can play of different genres, so that we can switch it up when we want to. Apart from that, just thank you for coming and watching again, and wish you guys a pleasant weekend. We'll see you next week, and again, we'll be doing an airline flight. I'll be flying the RJ. You can fly anything you want, 737, Airbus 320, it's up to you. Or if you fancy the RJ100, absolutely brilliant airplane. There's absolutely nothing like it. It's such a high quality plane from Just Flight. So big shout out to them. And we'll be flying to Sri Lanka. So thank you, Mrs. Tippy. You too. Great stream, says Tippy, as well. All the best to you guys, and we'll see you next week right here on Positive Rate. Take care.
Naughty, naughty.